Once there was a jungle which was full of grass and flowing streams of fresh water. There lived a goat with her kids in the forest. They were having a wonderful life until when a wolf came in the forest and started attacking little animals. One day the goat went to the forest to get some grass and drink cold water from the stream. The kids were too small, so she locked the kids in the hut. The goat returned, knocked on the door and began to sing.
Child, child, open, open, open. Your mother has bought milk.
The children would lock themselves tightly after she feeds them and gives them a drink, and then the goat would leave for the forest to get more grass. She would always advise them to take care of their safety from wild animals. Since the news of Wild Wolf had spread in the forest, the goat became more cautious of her children. One day, a wolf overheard the goat talking to her kids. When the goat left, the wolf dashed to the hut and yelled loudly,
"You kids, you little goats, open the door. Your mother has come with lots of milk and grass."
The kids responded, "We hear this is not our mother's voice. Our mother sings in a thin voice." The wolf was annoyed. His plan to have a fantastic feast had failed. He hit upon a plan and went to the blacksmith. He asked him to have his throat reforged so he could sing with a thin voice. The blacksmith slashed his throat. Once more, the wolf sprinted to the hut and ducked behind a shrub. The goat came and knocked at the door.
Kiddies, kiddies, open up, please. Your mother has arrived with a lots of milk and cheese and grass.
The kids let their mother inside and told her how a wolf came and knocked at the door. The goat gave them food and water. She harshly scolded the kid goats and said,
"Whoever comes at the door and begs for something or asks you to open it, don't do it at any cost. Don't open the door, don't let anyone in. I love you all and don't want to lose you."
After feeding her kids, the goat left the hut in search of more food for her kids. Since winters were approaching, she wanted to save more food for her kids. Following the goat's departure, the wolf returned to the hut, knocked at the door and began lamenting in a thin voice.
Kids, open up, please. Your mother has come with a lots of milk and cheese and grass. Let's have a party.
The kids didn't understand the trick played by the wolf. They cheered up when they heard their mother's voice. The kids unlocked the door and the clever wolf barged inside and attacked all the poor kids. She ate them all except one kid who hid himself under the stove. The goat came back and found the door open. She yelled and cried out her kids' names, but no one responded. She looked under the stove and found only one little kid. When the reality dawned upon her, she sat on the floor and began to mourn and sob bitterly.
"Oh, you, my children, my little children. Why did they unlock? What bad luck. Ah, evil wolf. You ate my poor kids."
The wolf heard the goat mourning over the loss. He entered the hut and said,
"Why are you transgressing against me? I didn't eat your kids. Let's go to the forest for a walk to get away from it all."
They went into the forest. The goat was infuriated and wanted to take revenge. As they were crossing the forest, they saw a hole and fire was blazing in it. An idea occurred to the goat.
"Let's have some fun. Let's jump over the pit and see who wins. Come on, dear wolf, let's try."
The wolf had no choice but to agree with the goat. The wolf tried to jump. Since the wolf was too heavy after eating 7 kids, he tumbled into the boiling pit. The little goat kids jumped out of there alive when the wolf's belly burst from the fire. Yes, run to the mother. After that, they started living happily together in a small hut as before and enjoyed their life playing and laughing in the vast forest.